Okay, so as we all know, Jim Sterling is being sued by Digital Homicide for $10 million. However, I can't see this making a courtroom at all, and I'm actually going to give a few reasons why. Now, I'm actually on the Digital Homicide's website with the lawsuits information. Got a couple of Jimquisition websites up, and also I got the Destructoid article up as well. Now, as we go through, I'm basically going to address what Digital Homicide are being falsely accused of and all the things they've said, and I'm just going to give my take on all of it because I still stand by what I say. The evidence against Digital Homicide far outweighs the evidence against Jim Sterling. So I'm just going to go on with this now. Now, I'm on the Digital Homicide website at the moment, and I'm just going to read through the quick paragraph that he says. He says, I am unfortunately here asking for help as I've taken massive losses from false statements said about me, my brother / business partner, and my small game development company. The damages on my products alone are very large, including emotional and punitive damage requests. The case has been filed by myself without a lawyer at this point, but I already have a lawyer ready to take the case. Due to the damages done, I do not have the funds to retain lawyers' assistance. Now, as you all know, he has a GoFundMe campaign at the moment. It did originally get taken down because people were making bids so Digital Homicide get the chargebacks, but they've actually put it back up now. I'm just going to do a quick update. Of the $75,000 he's looking for, he has raised $225. So, yeah. And this is Digital Homicide saying most of the gaming industry is on his side, so I doubt that very much. But going back to what they're saying, now, this is from their words. I have been falsely accused of stealing artwork, possibly with a Digital Homicide game. They purchase pre-bought Unity assets from the Unity store and then just put them into their game. And it doesn't look like they put much work in at all. If there's any coding, they probably do that. They probably do what they need to do to actually make the game. They've been accused of stealing artwork, which I remember with the blood spatter with the slaughtering grounds, they actually took off Google Images. Flipping projects with no work put in. Well, if they can prove that, they can prove that. Now, they've been falsely accused of doxing as well. Now, this is a serious one. They have definitely attempted to dox Jim Sterling. I'm going to play a little snippet from their conversation now so you can hear it yourself. Check it out.
You know what Courtney Stanton?
I know it's Courtney Stanton. I've heard the name, yeah.
You're not related to her at all?
No.
Okay, because you've supported her all over the web. I've seen some posts of yours where... So you guys do know each other?
No.
Okay, so now you don't know her?
I know of her. I know the name.
You've posted on her posts. So you know her?
Who, you're gonna have to remind me.
Courtney Stanton. You know,
Courtney
the same last name that you have.
Yeah.
You're not related, though?
No.
Okay, but you do know her.
Hang on. I'm gonna have to, what percent? Yeah, I mean, I've seen the name. I'm not that familiar with her work. I may have reacted to something she's written in the past, but don't really know her.
Alright, we'll let it go.
Are you trying to imply we're related?
It would be very interesting if you guys were related, but we'll just let...
But we're not. It's actually... Stanton's a very common name in Britain.
In Britain?
It's... yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't like to say something that
it's
I don't...
It's on drainage covers, actually.
I don't like to say something that I don't have factual proof of what I'm saying before I say it. So, since I can't verify anything else, we can move on from there.
Right, that didn't quite go the way you were hoping for it to go, did it?
Well, you know, I don't want to say something I don't have proof of. You do that frequently.
Well, I mean, you tried.
At least I asked. You don't ask before you spout your nonsense.
Right, now if that isn't a doxing, I honestly don't know what is. You know, they try to find out if Jim was related to this person. In my opinion, that's trying to find out something personal about Jim Sterling. and in my opinion, that is an attempt at a doxing. But also, they've been falsely apparently accused of illegally using another company's name. Now, when they released, after the conversation, they did go quiet a bit. And there were 2 games that were released. The games were Galactic Hitman and Devil Share. Now, these were both being developed under the name ECC Games. It turns out it was Digital Homicide. To prove that even more, a company in Poland is called ECC Games and filed a copyright infringement notice to Digital Homicide. Now, Digital Homicide sort of tried to back this up, saying no, that ECC meant every click counts. Now, when they tried to get a game on Greenlight called Primate, when you look at the trailer, it said ECC. It didn't say every click counts, it said ECC. In my opinion, they did falsely use another company's name, and I'm pretty convinced Jim Sterling and this Polish company will have enough evidence on that. Now, he's also been falsely accused of conducting illegal business activities. Now, this is 100% true, and I'm actually on the Jimquisition website. Again, I'm still confident Sterling will have the proof for this, but there was a person trading under the name Bob Middleton 80. He had 3 games trying to get greenlit. They were called Black Star Company and Murder You and the Clickton Gang. And in order to get them greenlight, it turned out Digital Homicide were offering free game codes for the likes of Rocket League and Ark Survival Evolved. I'll link this article below in the description, you can see it for yourself. But offering those games in order to get greenlight votes, in order to get these games. Now, these 3 games look oddly familiar to me. One of them looks like Wyatt Derp. Basically, these 3 games that this supposed Bob Middleton was trying to get onto Greenlight, I'm pretty convinced these 3 games are currently on Steam Greenlight at the moment under the Digital Homicide name. Again, you check out Digital Homicide's Greenlight page, and I'm pretty sure these 3 games match, only with different titles. So in my opinion, that's a shady business practice. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who can see that. So as you can see, some of the information that I've given, I'm pretty sure the little info I'm given far outweighs the case that Digital Homicide have against Jim Sterling. Now, there is one thing Digital Homicide, in my opinion, does have over Jim Sterling. This is a fact. Jim Sterling has actually compared the Romine brothers of Digital Homicide to the wet bandits from Home Alone, so basically implying Digital Homicide are a bunch of thieves. Now, if this developer can prove that they're not thieves, that can file for defamation. That can definitely file for defamation, but that's the only thing I can see Digital Homicide having a case over Jim Sterling, because I believe they're suing Sterling because of the fact of all the abuse he's getting from his subscribers. Now, how the hell is that Sterling's fault? You can't expect him to go up to each and every single one of his subscribers and saying, look, don't go harassing these guys. Sterling doesn't condone harassment. He's said that multiple times. He says you can criticize Digital Homicide all you like, which, you know, the freedom of speech states we can provide criticism, which, to be fair, you do put out a lot of low quality games, which doesn't look like much effort has been put into it. I'm not saying no effort at all, I'm just saying it doesn't look like a lot of work has been put into them, because you do buy pre-bought Unity assets, and especially with your game Temper Tantrum, pretty much the majority of the artwork in that game was Unity assets, and that was proven. But this is why I don't think it'll make a courtroom, purely because of the fact he's suing Jim Sterling on his opinion. That's what I think. Purely because of the fact, hadn't Digital Homicide responded to the way they did with the slaughtering grounds, I think everything would be fine now. They wouldn't have the amount of crap that's coming their way, which is more criticism. Yes, they are getting some like threats like your wife's a whore and, you know, go kill yourself and all, and I don't condone that kind of harassment at all, and you shouldn't either. Basically, Digital Homicide have to prove malice, and that's a very, very difficult thing to prove. I know Digital Homicide has said in the past Jim Sterling does in fact order his fan base to go and attack. And I'm just going to play a little snippet again from the Digital Homicide and Jim Sterling conversation. And this is what his proof was. And wow, just listen.
Just a sec, I'll look it up for you. Because, you're saying that you've never said that, but you have. Let's see if,
Escapist 2012.
it's from Escapist 2012. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear it.
It's caught me in, and just about Kate's caught me in the middle of it. Yeah,
Can you hear? Can you hear what I'm putting on?
Yeah. Let's perfection. Oh, hello there. You just caught me in the middle of a little bit of an experiment. I'm trying to create a race of subhuman creatures who are subservient and just about capable of taking simple orders and demolishing certain public places.
That pretty much sums up exactly what it is. It is so accurate about what.
Basically, what I'm saying after that recording is I hope to God Digital Homicide do have a lawyer, because I can see it. If he's just representing himself and this does make a courtroom, he's just going to get embarrassed, in my opinion. That's why if I was him, unless you have a lawyer, don't do this, because Jim Sterling will rip you apart. But that's just my opinion on it. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think Jim Sterling will just roll over Digital Homicide, or do you think it'll be a bit more even? Personally, I think this won't make a courtroom. But what do you guys think? This is Jamesy Boy logging off. You take care.